Or HOC, why Joel Kim Booster is dragging Shannon Beador. The reality TV world has been a roller coaster ride for Shannon Beador as of late. She made a name for herself on Real Housewives of Orange County, but her current drama revolves around a completely different show. Shannon was selected to star in a Peacock original dating show called Love Hotel. After interacting with Shannon on Love Hotel, Joel Kim Booster is far from her biggest fan. Here's what he's been saying on social media. Joel Kim Booster has no patience for Shannon Beador. As the host of Love Hotel, Joel claims to have gone through something terrible with Shannon on set. His series of posts on Instagram is painting a very messy picture right now, and he's definitely not holding back. As of this publication, Shannon has not issued a response. In one IG story, Joel wrote, in a separate post, Joel went for the jugular writing. Let's just say I can't imagine what John Jansen went through. Poor guy. As a reminder, John is Shannon's ex-boyfriend, who's currently suing her an alleged $75,000 facelift loan. In a text thread screenshot, the description of Shannon's on-set behavior only gets worse. The texts say, fans are divided over this drama. This obviously isn't a good look for Shannon, who's already been dealing with tons of negative headlines surrounding her failed relationship with John. A public feud with someone like Joel isn't a smart business move, since he's actively building a loyal following of fans who appreciate his comedic style and sense of humor. The responses on social media have been a mixed bag, since some people are still siding with Shannon. https://www.instagram.com/c- the 7007 /?n. He hopes she suffers. Many people have to rude to me in life, like extremely rude, but I never wished suffering on them. I believe him. Completely sad she has gotten away with so much, because people feel sorry for her. I actually met Shannon while filming, and she's the sweetest person. I hung out with her in Luon, and this is too hard to believe. No way. This is gonna be Sue T right before the reunion filming. It all started with a tweet, or maybe an offhanded remark during a podcast. Either way, comedian Joel Kim Booster had entered the Real Housewives of Orange County chat, and Shannon Beador was in his comedic crosshairs. The stand-up star and Fire Island actor had long been a fan of Bravo's messy, champagne-fueled drama, but something about Shannon Storms Beador's latest antics had struck a nerve, or more likely, a funny bone. Perhaps it was the infamous DUI crash, the subsequent claims of self-reflection, or her unwavering commitment to being the victim, even when she was very much the one in the wrong. Whatever it was, Joel couldn't help but comment. Shannon Beador treating accountability the same way she treats a plate of carbs, completely avoiding it. He quipped on Twitter, immediately sending Bravo fans into a frenzy. Some laughed, some were outraged. Some were simply thrilled that yet another celebrity was openly admitting their obsession with the Housewives franchise. But Joel wasn't done. During an appearance on a popular Bravo recap podcast, he was asked to elaborate on his thoughts about RHOC, and he did so with the precision of a comedian who had studied the art of reality TV chaos. Shannon Beador has the range of a Shakespearean actress. If Shakespeare had written a tragicomedy about a woman who constantly insists she has never done anything wrong, while holding a vodka soda in one hand and a file of receipts she refuses to read in the other. The podcast host cackled. Bravo fans clipped the soundbite. Shannon, meanwhile, remained blissfully unaware, as she often did when the world had something to say about her. Of course, the comments didn't go unnoticed by RHOC diehards, and soon, Shannon was made aware of Booster's jabs. A fan tagged her in the post, asking, "Shannon, are you going to let this Joel Kim Booster guy drag you like this?" Shannon responded in the most Shannon way possible, by going live on Instagram with a cryptic rant in front of a decorative bowl of lemons in her kitchen. "I don't know who this Joe Kim Rooster is," she began, already butchering his name. "But I can tell you right now, I have been through a lot. I don't think it's appropriate for anyone to make light of my struggles. People are saying I don't take accountability. Well, I do. I always do. I just don't appreciate people kicking me when I'm down." The comments section was ruthless. "It's Joey L. Kim Booster, Shannon. Joel is about to have a field day with this one. Girl, you butchered that man's name the way you butcher friendships." Sure enough, Joel wasted no time responding. He took to his Instagram stories with a screenshot of Shannon's video, adding the caption, "Me when the waiter tells me the restaurant is out of tequila. I have been through a lot." The shade was endless. Shannon's defenders, mostly her longtime fans who still held on to their visions of her as the underdog, tried to clap back, but Joel, a seasoned comedian, had years of Twitter wars under his belt. When one fan replied, "Maybe you should keep Shannon's name out of your mouth if you don't know her struggles," Joel responded, "Respectfully, I know more about Shannon Beador's struggles than I know about some of my own relatives." That's the power of Bravo. Another fan accused him of punching down. "Punching down," Joel wrote. "Shannon has spent the last 10 years on TV yelling at people in restaurants. She's fine." By now, the feud had taken on a life of its own. The Housewives fandom was divided. Was Joel Kim Booster a hilarious truth-teller, or was he being too harsh? Would Shannon spiral fair game for comedy, or was she a woman in crisis who deserved a little grace? Then came the ultimate test. Would Andy Cohen acknowledge it? On an episode of Watch What Happens Live, Andy brought it up to Shannon in a moment so deliciously awkward that it was clear he had been waiting for this. "So Shannon," he began, sipping from his signature oversized cocktail, "do you have any thoughts on Joel Kim Booster and the things he's been saying about you?" Shannon sighed dramatically, flipping her blonde hair over her shoulder. "I just don't understand why I'm always a target. I don't even know who he is. But I will say, if people want to make jokes about my life, fine. I'm focused on me right now. I'm healing." Andy nodded, but there was a twinkle in his eye. "Would you ever have him on the show?" Shannon's eyes widened. "What? No, I don't need that kind of negativity in my life." The WWHL producers, however, were already on it. A week later, Joel was the guest, and naturally, the topic of Shannon Beador came up again. "Joel, did you expect this to become a thing?" Andy asked. Joel chuckled. "Listen, I love Shannon. She's an icon. She's given us so much. But let's not pretend she's above a little good-natured roasting." Andy grinned. "Would you ever go on RHOC?" Joel leaned back, smirking. "Only if I can be Shannon's life coach." The internet exploded. The idea of Joel Kim Booster trying to help Shannon Beador navigate accountability, emotional outbursts, and her love of blaming everyone else was simply too good. The memes rolled in. Someone photoshopped a fake RHOC tagline for Joel. "I may be a comedian, but my shade is no jokey." Others imagined him stepping in to replace John Jansen as Shannon's confidant, coaching her through difficult conversations with Tamra Judge. Of course, Shannon was having none of it. She went on another Instagram Live, this time with Tamra by her side, ranting about how people were making fun of her pain. Tamra, ever the instigator, laughed through the entire thing, sipping her wine and occasionally dropping a wow. Just wow. The saga may have started as a one-off joke, but it had become a full-fledged Bravo storyline. Joel Kim Booster, whether he intended to or not, had cemented himself in Housewives lore. And while Shannon might never be able to correctly pronounce his name, she'd certainly never forget it.